So I was naming examples of how Rose Quartz / Pink Diamond was a very beautifully written character. She is not a good person, and that she shows that nobody's perfect, that people can be bad, that even though you look up to someone and you think that someone is incredible and amazing, they're not. No one is perfect. That was a beautiful character arc. And then they introduced Spinel, who was supposed to symbolize abandonment and toxicity, but they didn't have to use Pink Diamond for that. That could have been anyone. It could have literally been Steven. That would actually be really cool if, because, you shouldn't go back to your abuser, ever, but whatever. Then they brought on Pink Pearl, and I just can't. This is where they crossed the line. They could have had White Diamond, they could have had Morganite, they could have had fucking any gem in the entire galaxy be the one to psychologically crack Pink Pearl. She would have done the exact same things, she would have said the exact same things, and she would have been sad still that Pink left her. It could have been White Diamond. It should have been White Diamond. And, she still would have pretended she was fine. That's how her personality works. She's happy, giddy, playful, joyful, and she pretends that she's fine when she's not, no matter who hurt her. If it was someone else, if it was a Morganite, she would have pretended she was fine. If it was White, she would have pretended she was fine. She would have had the exact same lines and done the exact same things. Maybe they would have used Pink Diamond with our Pearl with the whole "how did you move on, I didn't" line, which, by the way, was a masterpiece situation. But they just had to use Pink Diamond. She was already such a horrible person. Why don't we just add something to the list of reasons she's such a bad guy? I feel like Rebecca Sugar and the Crooniverse are trying too hard. They've gone too fucking far. Pink Diamond is a bad person. She lied and manipulated the crystal gems in order to get her colony. Well, she manipulated the diamonds in order to get her colony because she was abused, so she abused back. That's how that works. She did bad things for a good purpose, and she's understandable, but not entirely forgivable. You did not need to use Pink Diamond as a toxic device. What I'm trying to say is, they've used Pink Diamond as a plot device for toxicity. It could have been anyone out there, and everything would have stayed the same. But it had to be Pink. I get it. Maybe it wouldn't have been the exact same, and maybe the point isn't about, it doesn't always have to be about Pink Diamond. I feel like they've run out of character arcs. I feel like the Crooniverse is just not trying anymore. Okay, that scene, let's break down the scene for a second. So, Shell, in the episode Volleyball in Steven Universe Future, Shell says that the cracks on Pink Pearl are psychological, and thus the only way to get them off is rejuvenation, which we ain't gonna do. We know what that does. And then Pink Pearl says, "That's absurd, I'm fine." And Pearl's all, "White did this to you, I'm so sorry." And then Pink Pearl says, "It wasn't White, it was Pink Diamond. She's the one who did this to me. It really hurt me, but she didn't mean to, so it's fine." This is a representation of Pink Pearl being abused. She was abused horribly, and it was so sad. You know what they should have done? I think that let's pretend for a second that it wasn't Pink Diamond's fault. Actually, we're gonna finish the breakdown. So Pink Pearl says that it was Pink Diamond who hurt her and who abused her. Pearl's like, "Oh my god, WTF?" And then Steven gets really mad because he just wants to fix Pink Pearl's problem. He doesn't want to think, he said it himself, he doesn't want to think about one more horrible thing that his mother did. He doesn't want to talk about it, he doesn't want to think about it, he doesn't want to do anything with it. He just wants to fix everything. Now let's pretend it was White Diamond who cracked Pink Pearl. This it was psychological, and Pink Pearl was traumatized by White. Pearl tries to comfort her, and Pink Pearl keeps denying it because she's totally fine. Steven gets mad. In that sense, you know how Steven's empathetic? He's an empathetic person. He's kind and caring, and he tries so hard. in Steven Universe Future, we see him turn into a teenager. He turns into an adolescent. People who think that it's out of Steven's character to yell and get mad when he's 16, it's not. It's what teenagers fucking do. If you asked me the exact same questions and had the exact same things when I was, 2 years ago, when I was 2 years ago, wow, I would not have said the exact same things in the exact same tone. I would have said something completely different, because when you're a child, you're not as angry, or you're angrier, or something like that. With Steven, he gets angrier as he grows up. That's just how it works. That's just hormones. So, anyways, back to the White Diamond version of Pink Pearl getting abused. Instead of, I think that Steven should still yell. He should still get mad. That's how it works. He gets mad about what the diamonds did. No, that's out of character. But he would still get mad at Pink Pearl. I think, yeah, he would get mad at Pink Pearl because, no. God damn it, Rebecca Sugar. Okay, maybe it did have to be Pink Diamond. But what if it was someone else? Maybe he just started getting mad. If White abused Pink Pearl before she mind-controlled her, then that would have still had the psychological scars, and Pink Pearl would have still gotten really afraid and had this PTSD flashback when Steven started yelling. Steven would have said that he doesn't want to think about all these horrible things that happen in general, because that's what happens. It's all not centered around one person, people. Many different people abuse other people. It's how it works. Not all of my problems, for example, go back to that one toxic bitch I mentioned in that one video that I made. Is it a toxic girlfriend? Forgot her name. I have multiple experiences with multiple people in multiple different situations. Steven could have, he could have, what toxic people do, shifted the blame onto Pink Pearl, realized what he'd done, like everyone else does. Yeah, it would have still been relatable to Pink Diamond. Maybe the fans would be like, oh, that's kind of weird that it wasn't Pink Diamond, but hey, we thought it was White the whole time, so everything's fine. Steven would have still gotten mad, he would have still yelled, he would have started thinking that everything horrible was happening and that he just wanted to fix it. He didn't want any more horrible things to happen to people he cared about, to people related to his mom. He didn't want any more horrible things related to anyone happen. He just wanted to fix it. That's what Steven should have said. That's how it should have gone. And you know what? They would have still gotten nearly rejuvenated. Pink Pearl and Volleyball and Pearl would have still had this cute emotional moment. Volleyball would have still said, how do you stop hurting? Okay, I was hurt, how do you stop it? Pearl would have still turned to her, hugged her, and said, I didn't. And they would have still fused, they would have still gotten out of there, and they would have still said, we were abused and we didn't understand it. But now we do. Now we see both sides. Maybe, yeah, it had to be Pink Diamond with Pink Pearl. Maybe she was going too far with abandoning Spinel. That could have been a diamond that wasn't pink. That could have been a morganite. That could have been anyone. The person who abandoned her doesn't matter. Spinel, yeah, let's bring Spinel into this. Come on in here, Spinelli. Sorry, I thought it was a cough, but it was actually a burp. So, let's be honest here for a second. So the Pink Pearl being abused by not Pink Diamond wouldn't have made as much sense as abandonment. Abandonment and abuse are two different things. If you abandon someone, you're just taking them away, and it's a very different situation from abuse. I've studied and I know the thoughts and the thought process of both situations, and they're very different. So instead of Pink Pearl's abuse, let's try Spinel's abandonment. Spinel was morganite. She was, Morganite's little playmate. She was Morganite's little friend, and she thought they would be best friends forever. But Morganite wasn't one for friends. She didn't really like the whole friendship thing, and she was much more orderly. She stopped playing with Spinel, and eventually one day, she left her on that space garden, and 6,000 years later, Spinel would have gotten news about how the galaxy is saved, and I don't know how. Maybe in this situation, Spinel would have realized on her own that Morganite's not coming back, that the legend isn't, that no one's focusing on her, no one's focusing on anything, no one knows who Spinel is. Of course, our Pearl might not have known who she is, but that would have been a great way to have the off-colors in this movie, especially after they get rejuvenated. And yeah, it wouldn't have driven the movie that far. It wouldn't have driven the movie as well. But I like to think that, let's think about this. I'm thinking long and hard. I'm a storyteller, so I know how this works. So Spinel would have, she would have heard the tale of Stephen. She would have started thinking and thought, if Morganite didn't send that to me, who did? No one did. She's not coming back. We would have had Spinel get this stuff because she's still, remember, a Morganite is a very high-class gem, so Spinel would have still had access to the rejuvenator and the ink injector thing, the poison injector thing. She would have come to Earth and been mad. Maybe she wouldn't have been mad at, like, the crystal gems specifically, but maybe she would have betrayed all of Pink Diamond's gems, everyone in Pink Diamond's court. It wasn't Pink Diamond's fault, it was still Morganite's fault. It was someone in Pink Diamond's sort of court that was at fault for something Spinel did, or something that Morganite did in, like, the abandonment situation. Spinel would have been mad at everyone on Earth. She would have been mad. I don't really know why she would be mad at the Earth specifically. Maybe have the Morganite or maybe someone else, maybe some entirely different gem that doesn't matter, to, I don't know, okay, maybe it did have to be Pink Diamond. Maybe it did have to be Pink Diamond for both of them. But I still feel like it was wrong. I still feel like Pink Diamond should not have done those things, and that she's unforgivable. She is an unforgivable, toxic, evil supervillain now, and they fucking did it wrong. I used to fucking love her character arc. Yeah, she wasn't a perfect person. Yeah, you couldn't really defend her, and yeah, she did do some horrible things. But this is kind of twisted, as Spinel said, but let's think about the show without Spinel. Anything change? The movie would have been surrounded around something else. Maybe there wouldn't be a movie. Maybe it'd be surrounding around another character. Maybe about Steven. Maybe it'd have to do with one of the things that they did in season 1. Anything else change? No? Nothing? Yeah, that's because Spinel she was just kind of put there. The whole Spinel character arc concept was just kind of put there. You know what they could have done? They could have had one of the they could have focused on the off-colors. They could have had some really cool rock show, and then they could have had some plan. Maybe some other gem attacked. Maybe something else happened. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have a movie. I don't fucking know. But the point is, if Change Your Mind, like I said in the last video, if Change Your Mind was originally the movie, if Change Your Mind was originally the very end of the series and they were just going to do a couple of interviews and questionnaires to to solve the whole mysteries that were unsolved, and they didn't include the whole Pink Pearl arc, or they didn't include Spinel, pretty much everything would be the same, but now we got Steven Universe Future. It just feels like an add-on to keep the series alive. Like that last dose of medicine you get when you're really old and you know you're gonna die, but you just don't wanna yet. You're just hanging on to that last little twig on that branch. You know it's cracking, and it doesn't need to be there. Your time has come, Steven Universe. But I digress. I've been going on for 24 minutes. I recorded the last video and this video in the same, session thing. I've been recording for 24 minutes, just letting everything out. And oh my god, I feel so much better.